No dirty talk, just podcasts, no turn-ons, so turn me on. By that I mean, this podcast, I'm not interested, so don't date me. Review me, just rate me, like, subscribe, don't date me. Review me, just rate me, like, subscribe, don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Alexa, play the podcast Don't Date Me.
Okay, speaking of which, follow us on Instagram at @XJamesBart and Twitter at @XJamesBart.
Wait, is it?
At @XJamesBart.
Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me.
Hi everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of Don't Date Me. I'm Sarah, I'm a 36-year-old Glasgow School of Art graduate. I'm mother to 2 kitten ragdolls.
Is that a typo?
No, that was me.
Oh.
That was a typo coming from my mouth. And I'm back. I've been on mat leave, or cat leave, as we like to say in this household, looking after my baby kittens.
There's one
they're
at
here.
my feet. Hello, baby.
They are here. We're doing it in my house this time instead of Jamie's house. So the cats are here. If you hear any crazy noises, we're going to blame it on the cats. I'm the token straight person for this podcast series, and Pete Doherty once rubbed my neck.
It makes me feel, I don't know how, it makes me feel like a certain level of revulsion, and he just still gives me the fear.
Do you want to know more details? He smelled like fags.
Oh, like stale fags.
Stale fags. And,
gross,
and his hands were really cold, like cold hot dogs on my neck.
Take me now.
Seriously though, I would still probably.
For 5 cold hot dogs.
Yeah, don't date me. Because that's the standard these days.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm a 36-year-old, 6'4", bisexual man and closeted Christian. If you are Hayley Williams or a man with a beard and tattoos, I'll probably date you. I love video games, outdoor climbing, and I can fart the alphabet. I said I was gonna say it. ASMR. I can't actually.
Oh.
But we were joking about that.
What a liar, man.
I know, right?
It's typical man.
Typical man. If you can't tell, this episode is fueled and funded by crisps. You just...
Sorry, was that my throat?
That's the ASMR. Who needs the crisps when you've got Sarah's throat?
Oh god.
You're doing throat singing. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by Monster Munch. Other crisps are available, and also White Wine. White Wine time. So yeah, welcome one and all. Yeah, thank you for listening once again.
Yay! We've just had a look at our stats, and I was very surprised. Like,
Sarah was like, people are listening to this.
Listen to this? Like, yeah. It's really exciting. So thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And thank you for your feedback as well. Last week I was flying solo, so that was exciting. And it was quite a personal episode as well, which I was quite conflicted about. Mm-hmm. I feel like we discussed it, and then, yeah. I'm glad... Oh, hey.
The cat's in the box.
The cat's in it.
The cat's in the box. Up, look, on top of the wardrobe.
Oh my... Oh. She's got crazy eyes. She's got real crazy eyes.
No, do you know what the thing is, right? The cat seen like a bug up there about 3 weeks ago. Ew. And she's been looking for it every day. So that's what she's doing. Look, she's pouncing on stuff that's not there. Aww. She's looking for the bug.
Oh wait, we've got a theme tune now.
Yes.
And play.
No dirty talk, just podcasts, no turn-ons, so turn me on. By that I mean this podcast, not interested, so don't date me. Review me, just rate me, like, subscribe, don't date me. Review me, just rate me, like, subscribe, don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Alexa, play the podcast Don't Date Me.
Okay, speaking of which, follow us on Instagram at @XJamieSparks and Twitter at @XJamieSparks.
Wait, is it?
At @XJamieSparks.
Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me.
So you should see the sound file for that, especially the last bit, because she thick.
She's
That reverb is cranked up to 12, baby. Yeah, thanks again for Chris thanks again for Chris. Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus, for Chris.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank Jesus.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Chris, for making that again. We super appreciate it. I guess maybe now is a good time to mention the competition. Yeah. So, because I'm super extra and I got overexcited when I was booking tickets for Rina Sawayama. Wow. Say that after a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Rina Sawayama.
Sawayama.
I thought, do you know what? It'd be really fun to take or, facilitate some people coming to this. So I thought I'll just buy 2 extra tickets. Because I could have literally contacted her people and been like, I could have harassed them like I used to do back in the days of radio and be like, hey, give me free stuff. But I thought, I can't be bored.
You will buy.
I will buy.
I have money, I will buy.
I will buy. So yeah, I basically bought 2 tickets and I want to share some love. Basically because Rina's new album is coming out soon and I just foresee the fact that she's already getting traction in America and she's only had 1 album so far. I just think things are going to blow up for her, so I'm excited for her. Plus, she's like a real advocate for the LGBTQ plus community and and also mental health as well. So her vibe is definitely our vibe. So if you want to win 2 tickets to see Rina Sawayama, either on the 12th or 13th of October, you may choose, and whichever one you don't go to, me and Chris will go to the other one. And yeah, and to win it, what you need to do is get creative. So last week, me and Chris a couple of weeks back, me and Chris were basically saying that what you could do is you can head over to soundcloud.com. It's Jamie's.
It's Jamie's Box. It's Jamie's Box.
Yes, and there sits this right here. Chris's vocals from that song. But not just the section in the jingle. Wait, have you heard the whole thing? I don't think you've heard the whole thing, have you?
Not
with the verses.
Not the verse. No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
You wrote a verse for each of us.
I saw it. I saw the notes, but I've not heard it, so I will listen to it after this.
My verse is a little bit disturbing, and I had to bleep some stuff out. It's a little bit X-rated.
Obviously.
But effectively, we thought it would be fun for we want to keep the same kind of hot chip meets budget Britney vibe that we've got going on because it's basically our aesthetic, and so we're wanting you to use the vocals but just make up a new backing track. So you can get really creative with it if you want to slow the vocals down and do that weird thing you always see on YouTube where people have
auto-tune.
Auto-tune it. Oh my god,
like for Kanye West style.
Oh hell yeah. And just get really creative with it. But we were talking about it, we were thinking it'd be more fun actually to open it up a little bit more. So just if you want to kind of make art based upon the themes that we're covering, or make a logo for the show, or just anything at all, because obviously not everyone's gonna whip out an iPad and use GarageBand to make a backing track, and not everyone knows how to edit audio. So basically we're kind of opening up a little bit more so that anyone who wants to make something, go for it. So basically what I'm saying is
what we're saying.
Diet. Basically, Sarah wants
a
statue of herself.
I would do.
Oh wait, Mark did the thing. Yeah, so Mark at work.
Yeah. Did he do me an emoji guy?
Well, he's doing it just now. Like I sent him the photo, so I chose a photo and
you chose a photo.
Well, one of the ones you sent over.
Okay, yeah.
I had a photo of you with Kitty, but I couldn't find it.
Oh my bye.
I know, wee baby. R.I.P. R.I.P. baby.
R.I.P. Bye.
But yeah, Mark did some fun artwork, so you can see that on Instagram. But side note, we have decided we are having an actual Instagram.
Yes, so
because
for our next series, we're going to have
Season 2.
at It's Jamie Sparks. We're going to have something that's like more like at It's Don't Date Me or something like that. We don't know, but keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yes, and in the meantime, still follow baby. But yeah, so effectively, Rina Sawayama, poop it, sure. Pop it in your diary. 12th to 13th of October. If you want to win tickets, get creative. Download the audio, edit it, go crazy, and also just get creative and have fun with it. And then the other thing to mention as well is slightly, it's kind of like not on brand for our podcast, but in terms of my vibe it is, because I love video games.
It's all Jamie.
So
it's all Jamie.
Tomb Raider Celebration Day is happening on the 15th of October down in Derby. How fancy. So basically, it's an unofficial one-day fan event celebrating all things Tomb Raider. Side note, if you're a Tomb Raider fan, holler. In the birthplace of Lara Croft, which is Derby, TR26 is celebrating the forthcoming 20th anniversary of the Angel of Darkness, which is a fan favourite of the franchise, but a hot mess. That game is problematic.
I don't know.
Like, there's... I'll show you stuff later, because it's really funny.
No,
it basically... it basically shipped, like, kind of broken, but it was really sad because the game itself had a great aesthetic and story and stuff. But anyway, there's going to be panel discussions, talks, and special screenings of the second Tomb Raider film as well. And also, there's going to be Curtis Trent, and also... Yeah, the person that did the voice. Yeah, the people that did the voice for Lara and Curtis in that video game are going to be there. Which is kind of mad. And also Chris from Readercast is going to be having a conversation with Janelle Elliott. I've literally just said this, but I've just worded it differently now. Yeah, and also Eric Lauren, who are the voices, which is super exciting. So I've listened to interviews with Janelle before, and she's really interesting and like articulate. And I've never actually listened to an interview or met. Well, I've not met either of them, but I just think it'd be really fun to meet them both, to be honest. Also, Tomb of Ash is going to be doing a presentation on animations and preservation of the franchise too, which would be super interesting. Ash is kind of a big deal, by the way, really big on Twitch and stuff. So shout out to Ash if you are listening. Yeah, so essentially what I'm saying is that we're in the process of me ensuring I get time off work so we can go. So we're going to go on a wee adventure.
Please.
And also, if you subscribe to Chris's podcast, not our Chris, this is Chris from Readercast. If you subscribe to Readercast, if you love all things Tomb Raider, do it.
Right, so where are we today? We're in my house. We've already established that.
Yes.
We are in my office room. We have... Why are you laughing at that?
It's like so misleading. It's like, we're in my office. It is an office.
Wait, it's not office here, but this. We've got the desk. The cat. Okay. Okay, office/cat room.
Yeah, cat nursery.
In the nursery. We're in the nursery.
The cat nursery. Although I love this artwork. What's this?
That's a Jim Lambie, actually. That cost me a lot of money.
It's really nice.
It is really cool.
So and what does it say?
It says Codeine Bourbon. So this is somebody who I can't remember right now. But it's her last words.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
That's dark.
It is dark.
And that's even more dark that it looks so like colourful. Although I guess that's kind of cool.
No, Jim Lambie's like a really cool Glasgow artist, and he's like really like into music and like pop culture, and he does like all these like really cool floors and like kind of does them all in like different coloured like kind of a tape kind of stuff. So
I'm just taking a photo.
Yeah, he's really cool and he's very important, and also, you know, it doesn't matter. We'll get into that later. I'll show you that later. But see, like I got this frame, so they can't.
The frame is cool, actually.
Yeah, because I got it framed right, so they can't sign it on the front, obviously, because it's a mirror.
Yeah.
So it's signed on the back, but this is done in like a big sheet of acrylic.
Wow.
So it's like actual clear in the back, so you can see the signature on it.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
That's
so
pretty
it's got
cool.
a secret thing behind it, but yeah.
And Sarah's got lovely like Actually, Sarah's flat is really cool. Well, I kind of want to like take lots of photos of it, but that's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, taking photos
Not
of it.
the now. It's absolutely disgusting. The now.
It's covered in cat.
It is covered in cat.
Yeah. So we've got
A
some
wax smell.
wine. We've got a wax smell. I've got. What is this?
That's a fish toy for the cat.
What's inside of it?
It's like so.
Does it vibrate?
No, it kind of like it moves back and forward, but the batteries have run out. The cats used to love it.
Don't we know it?
Now they kick it. They kick the shit out of it.
Oh, by the way, the new cat whose name is
Maud.
Sorry, I forgot. Is just the most precious little thing I've ever seen.
She's so cute. She's my baby.
So, what are we doing on today's episode?
Well, first of all, I've not seen you in a while, so I want
yeah.
to know what you're getting up to this week. What have you been up to?
So, I've been super busy. I've had a good week. Obviously, the past month has been quite interesting. Just kind of like processing stuff, because I've started counselling and things, which has been interesting. But it's been necessary and also really good. So... And I'm really lucky because I think the counsellor that I've been partnered with, who is basically, she's kind of my therapist, let's be honest, is really excellent. So we're delving into all the traumas, both childhood and adult. So it's been good, and I'm excited to kind of like really go into it. Because I think the last time I did any sort of kind of like counselling thing, it was literally... I maybe did it for like a month or two, and that was just based off the back of like life events kind of stuff. Whereas this is much more all encompassing,
in depth.
Yeah. So I've been doing that. So she gave me homework. I had homework to do.
I hate homework, man. Honestly.
I've thought about it. I've not done it. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you earlier.
Homework. Yeah. What?
Well, effectively, I have to write a letter to my younger self, which is kind of interesting.
No.
But the thing is though, is like, what I realise is that my identity is really fragmented. Like, each chapter of my life is like very much like based upon where I worked and who was in my life at the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to kind of like try and like bring all those different chapters together, because it is a journey. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that has been interesting. In addition to that, I have been cleaning my flat a lot.
Ooh, spring cleaning.
Not doing any video games whatsoever, so that's been interesting. Cooking. I've been doing nothing. I've basically just been getting back into routine.
Wait, aren't you going to see Joseph?
Oh yeah, I am. This is true. I've got tomorrow night I'm going to see Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Where's
at
that?
The Kings. So Eve got us free tickets. So
how? Oh, because she does theatre.
Because she works there, yeah. Because she does like light technician stuff and backstage stuff.
I'm so
So she's got us press passes for free. I do have to sit next to people I don't know though, so I might mask up.
I've been to see it. It's really,
is it
really,
good?
really. It is really good. Like really good. You're
I
gonna
thought you
love
didn't
it.
like musicals.
I do like musicals. Hello, High School Musical.
Oh yeah. Why did I think you don't like musicals then?
You just don't know me at all. This is why.
But yeah, so that is how I am. But no, I think what I would say is what I have been doing is getting used to being myself again, as in like
so a lot
Jamie
of introspectiveness.
Yes, no, but more so a case of like Jamie being solo.
Yeah.
So like being single. Because literally since November last year I wasn't. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's been quite an adjustment, but it's been good though. Yeah. And I do quite like the kind of reinvention aspects of breakups and stuff. Yeah. Like, new me, bye bitch.
Well, this week mine's a wee bit different, but
different.
It's a bit different.
It's different and interesting.
So I've been working from home for over 2 years now.
Jeez, what's that been like though?
It's been
a journey.
Do you know that saying, like, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Yeah. So like, it's enabled me to like do a lot of stuff and like save a lot of money and like there's certain aspects that have been good. I started a new job during lockdown, so I hadn't actually met anybody that I worked with, But
That's
then I got
crazy, isn't it?
I know, and so I've been there for over a year. I got a message on Friday, so they opened this. They kind of like hired this office space. Got a message on Friday saying, "Oh, you're going to be working from the office on Monday, so this full week." So stressed out on Sunday. I was feeling like couldn't sleep, really stressed. I don't know why. I just didn't know anybody. Just anxious, like traveling into town.
Was it the transportation thing? Was that stressful?
That was stressful because I was like, oh, do you know that like anxiety when you're traveling at like like rush hour and you're like, oh. Yeah. So anyway, but that's been fine. Like it's not been that busy on the train when I get it, so that's cool. I think I get it a wee bit earlier than I should though, but just because I don't really want to get stuck in that.
Yeah.
And then being in the office, like meeting everybody I've worked with for the last like year and a bit now. But it's been really good. Like I've enjoyed it. Like it's been really
lunches
fun.
in town, like getting food when you're on your lunch break.
Well,
and stuff?
I'm skint.
Oh,
I did not budget for this week when it came to like budgeting. So I'm like,
you should do it like you did years ago.
What's that? What did I do years ago?
The letter of complaint thing.
Oh, aye. You've got my number now. Yeah, okay, you can.
So Sarah did this.
I've done this more than once though.
Have you? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's basically like it's the most Carrie Bradshaw thing you've ever done. You basically like wrote a letter of complaint, an executive complaint to like whichever department about something that never happened, so that you could get free coupons.
Places, and they used to give me like free vouchers, and I used to eat like a king for a week.
But you know what? Why not?
You get it. But well, I've not done. Do you know, actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to start on that after this podcast.
It's literally a Glasgow food heist.
Yeah.
It's like a really low budget Ocean's 13? I don't know.
Whatever the number. But so I'm working from the office this week, which has been good. It's been actually nice to get out and just like see other people, and I thought I might be a bit like the new person, because like they've all kind of been there for like 8-10 years kind of thing, but I've just kind of like slotted right in, and it's not been awkward, and it's been actually good. So that's what I've been up to this week.
Hell yeah. Well, what are we talking about this week on this week's episode?
So this week I decided on the topic, and I want to talk about our dating Icks, because I just think that's super funny. And me and Jamie, we've got a list, but we don't know what's on each other's lists, so we're gonna do like one each.
But
like,
what is an ick though? Because because I'm so old, I was like, what are we talking about right now?
Okay, so an ick is like when you have like an instant disdain or dislike, or just like something like when you're on a date and just
Ew, David.
And like one thing happens and you're just like, oh god, like I just can't do this. Like it's just an instant like disdain.
But it's not necessarily a red flag, but it can be.
It's not a red flag, it's more just like,
ew.
Oh, like you just
cringe,
like the cringe for someone.
Here we go.
Right, well, so you go first, right? So Jamie's first one is...
Do you want me to go in... Just consent is important, right? Do you want me to go in soft or hard?
Hard, I guess.
But what I mean is like, wait, do you want me to go in hard and fast or just hard?
I don't know! I don't understand the question. Just fucking...
Okay, we're just gonna go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll just go right for it, right?
Okay.
So this podcast is now not safe for work. I mean, it's literally listed online as not safe for work. I'm jumping to number 5.
Okay.
When a kink is an obsession.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to be specific.
Okay.
So, now, here at Don't Date Me, we do not kink shame, because... Your face there.
I'm like, no, we don't shame, no.
We don't shame.
No shame here, no.
We don't shame, we may raise an eyebrow from time to time, because some things are strange. But you do you, and whatever sparks joy for you, as long as it's consensual and legal. But it said, basically what I wrote was, when a kink is an obsession or just sexually terrifying. So I feel most definitely within queer or gay culture, because I don't know if we need to get a lesbian perspective at some point, because I don't know if this is so much a lesbian thing maybe, but like definitely within gay male culture, it's like kink culture is a thing where it's like you're strange if you don't have a thing. Right. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like, because people are always like, whenever you message people, they're like, what's your kink?
Yeah, kind of, I don't know what you mean.
I'm like, honesty, transparency, hand holding, and hard sex.
And meeting your mother?
Definitely not. Not interested in that.
No, okay. That's usually your tagline, though. I want to meet your mother.
I know, but maybe
that's your kink. He wants to meet your mother. Here we go.
But maybe I don't mean that. Maybe I mean that.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Oh, what a plot twist.
Where have I been?
5 episodes later, Jamie's married to your mom. I'm your new daddy, baby.
Oh, no. No.
In fact, that's what Nick said, something like, what did he call me? He called me baby daddy on Instagram underneath one of my videos, which made me laugh so much. Shout out to their podcast, which I forget the name of. How bad is that? Loud Brown Gaze.
Do you have
Listen to that podcast because it is funny as it's legit. It's really funny.
Do you have like a specific... I'm like, back to the podcast. Do you have a specific like story about this, or are you just like putting it out there? You know who you are, kind of thing.
I do. So kind of. So the story is basically, I was talking to somebody, a gentleman on the internet. I swear, if my mum is listening to this right now, I'm going to actually die.
I don't think so.
She's unsubscribed 1 episode ago. And I was talking to this person online, and this is so too much information. And they were talking about how they liked pee-pee.
Oh, come on now. I've heard much worse than pee-pee in my time, Jamie.
No, but basically they enjoyed urine and like that whole situation, like the golden shower situation, right? And it's that way where like I thought the conversation kind of went along the lines of me, because you know how I like to commit to a bit, right?
Yeah, commit to a bit.
I commit to a bit.
Love
like
it.
I love to encourage people and give them some you know, I'm an enabler at heart, right? Even on nights out and stuff, I'm always the one buying people shots and stuff. So I kind of thought, I'm going to commit to this bit and see how far I could take it. But then when it came to like the logistics of it, and him being like, so if you want to come round and like we'll hang out and like
I'll pee on you.
I've got a shower and like, and I've recently
too.
had my, and that's what I was like,
yeah, me too.
I've got a bathroom, like it's not going on my house. But effectively he had his bathroom done up recently with like a larger than normal shower, because he really likes
5 people in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, block.
a block.
Because like commit to a bit, but then I was like, this is just not my... I'm like vanilla with sprinkles. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't be doing that, man. Shut that down. So it's not like a red flag, because like, you know, people have the thing they're into, but like, it's just when a kink becomes an obsession and it gets weird.
Yeah.
Like trainers. That's another thing.
Trainers.
Loads of gay guys are obsessed with trainers.
Are they?
Yeah. And like, yeah.
Do you want to know mine?
Please.
So number 1 on my list, and I don't want to sound like
judgy.
Yes.
I mean, I just literally judge. I basically kink shame someone.
Right.
Did I kink shame someone? A wee bit.
Maybe, but do you know?
I just don't want to do it.
It's your thing.
It's their thing.
It's their thing.
Yeah.
And it's not your thing.
Exactly. Okay,
so that's
cool.
fine. Right, so number 1 on my list is people who are like, for want of a better word, tight or
oh no,
mean,
I like that. No, I don't.
or like mean with like money. So
yeah.
I have.
Okay,
so
example.
Yes, I've got examples. Okay, so number one example. I went to the cinema on a first date with a guy, right?
On a first date.
First date with a guy, right?
Red flag.
What do you mean first date is red flag?
No, cinema on a first date.
Okay, right. So anyway, there is a part before that, but I'm not going to get into that because that's not the point of the story. But
oh damn!
Right. Okay. The point of the story is he drove. He made me get 2 buses to get to the cinema, and he didn't like offer to come pick me up, which is fine. Like I can get buses.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it fine?
No. How far away was he?
Well,
where did he live?
We were going to Braehead.
Okay.
To the cinema.
Where did you lived in Houston then, right?
No.
In Glasgow.
I lived in Glasgow.
Okay.
But I had to get 2 buses there. But he
drove though.
Yeah, he drove, but he didn't give me a lift, which I thought was a bit like thing. But okay, fine, whatever. So then
that's the tightest thing ever. He's got one thing to do.
Well, it gets worse, Jamie.
It
gets worse. So we got to the cinema, right? And he's like, right, bought his ticket, and then he went, oh, and I'm going to pay for her with my Odeon points. So he brought his Odeon card out, right? No, honestly, right, listen. And then the guy was like, you don't have enough points on this to pay for like another ticket. And he went, you've got enough money for like a student. You've got enough points for like a student ticket, but you don't have enough points for like a normal ticket. And he was like, oh, well, she's a student. And then the guy was like, all right, have you got a student card? And I was like, do you know what I mean? I'm just like, I will pay. Like, I don't, like, do you know, it's like really awkward, right?
Worst.
Yeah, so that was that, right?
That's ick.
That's ick,
that's
right?
Ew.
It's embarrassing, ick, right? Second of all,
oh no.
So I know somebody, this didn't happen to me personally, right? Who was seeing a guy, she'd been at their house, his house, and had made them dinner and had used a jar of passata in making the dinner, right? And next time they went to the shops, he was like, oh, can you just like buy this jar of passata to replace the one that you used?
What?
While making them dinner for both of them. And it's like, how much is passata? Like 50p? Like
probably less than that, right?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Number 3 on the list.
Wait.
What?
I want to do
No. This is number 3 on the same one.
Jeez, wow.
So I dated a guy who said to me he was going to the shops to like Morrison's to get like groceries. Did I want to come? And I was like, yeah, fine. Like, I'll go and get stuff whilst I'm there with you, right? He was going anyway. Then he got upset with me that I didn't offer him petrol money to go to the shop.
Where are you finding these people?
I know! So,
wow.
That's number 1 on my list.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going for a curveball next.
Right.
Dog people.
What do you mean dog people? People that dress up like dogs?
No, but now I wish I chose that one. No, so basically, I like my lovers like I like my animals. Fun, I sound like I'm on blind date.
I know, I'm like, what the
Fun, slightly chaotic, moody when hungry, and slightly unpredictable. Because I'm a cat person at heart. And I...
Oh, like dog people that like dogs. Oh my god.
People
And
that
my
like dogs,
mind went like...
Because I dated...
Not to that.
Because effectively I dated a girl for a while who... For I think 6 months. Was it 3 months or 6 months? I forget now. Anyway, we dated...
So was that important?
No, it was... We had a good time. But her flatmate had a dog. Oh. And I'm not... Yeah, that's fine. But if the dog was not well behaved... And so... Shenanigans would ensue of an adult variety.
And the dog I've got a story about this as well.
And so the dog would just be like, so I'd be making eye contact with the dog, and I'm like, I don't want to be looking into your eyes.
I have a story about this.
Go in the other room.
But I don't think we can put it on the podcast.
Well, why don't you say it? We can edit it out.
Okay, so I was seeing a guy. He had a dog, and one time when we were like having sex,
do not even say that.
The dog was licking his bumhole, and he was like having the time of his life. And then he told me afterwards. Yes.
We are definitely not Xing that out. That is 1,000% staying in the podcast. Is that real?
That's true. That's true. That's a true story.
Wait, does that mean that he... Oh, the poor
I
dog. Don't even
know
think
what
about
it means. I don't know what it means. I don't want to think about it.
Do you know what?
What?
A cat person would never do that.
A cat person would never.
Would never.
In comes the cat when we
if
say
you
cat
are...
person.
Oh, hello.
If you are the person,
if you are
die.
If you are a dog person, though, please stay subscribed. Thanks.
Okay, so my next one. This is a really, really... Like really niche one, right? So one time,
like sexy niche or niche?
No, just like niche. No sex involved at all. So one time I was like,
I love how we start this podcast saying we're going to do nothing personal, and we've just got white wine drunk, and now we're just talking about our sex lives on a podcast. It's all backfired.
Oh, okay. So I was on a bus one time with a guy, and we were like going somewhere on a bus, right? But it was full, so that like you had to stand up, right? And we were both standing. And like the bus stopped and then started, and he wasn't holding on, and he fell, and then.
What did you do? Did you just step over it? That's so awkward.
It was like, oh my god, it's like, oh, are you okay?
I have to admit, I know this makes me so evil, but like, I have to admit, not grannies, granted, but see when stuff like that happens, like, I'll never forget, there's a time when me and my sister, we were on holiday, and we were in the gym, And this Adonis walked in, like wearing toit shorts and like a muscle tee and all that kind of stuff. And he was pure going for it on the treadmill, but he kept cranking up the speed to the point where he kept flying off the treadmill. And it's that way where like I could not help. I was gutting myself laughing like proper.
That's an ick!
I was like running, laughing, and my sister immediately was like. Ran up and was like, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" And used it as her moment to like administer first aid. Whereas meanwhile, I was like, "That is what you get for showing off, sir."
Your sister's like CPR,
she's
mouth to mouth.
Okay, so next up on my list, we're going for curveball. We're gonna go for a serious one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say infidelity is an ill.
Yeah, it's an ill.
Ew.
That is an ill.
Because it's like, it's not like just a red flag. Because it is a red flag, but it's also ill. Because it's sometimes, even if you're dating someone, right? And then they just are not transparent. And it's not like, because you're not at the point where you're personally invested in the situation.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But then you're like, just like, ew, like, why can you not just be...
Yeah, like, just tell me. It's totally fine.
And it'd be fine. So, effectively, transparency and honesty is required. So that's my ew. And it's also the fact that it happens so often as well.
It does happen so often as well. It's like...
What is that
I feel like, do you know what, just be honest. Like, because at the start of a relationship as well, especially, because you just kind of want to know where you stand.
Exactly.
You want to see the lay of land and see if somebody's not replying to you or whatever.
You know
like, they're just busy texting other people.
They're real busy.
And that's maybe they're real busy. Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, so my third one here.
Uh-oh.
When they say something in a group and no one hears it or / they ignore it.
Oh,
like
no.
Yeah, like when they're like, they make a joke or something and everybody just patches it. Like completely. You're like, oh.
That's awkward. Yeah. Because that's worse than being someone quiet in a group setting. Because if you're quiet, it's fine. You can fade into the background.
Or it's like they're just like they're making a joke and they think it's dead funny and just like nobody like responds to it and you're like, holy shit.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
My next one is my next ick is when they like dirty talk. We're going there. That's right. So it's just. And this is what I wrote in the note. I wrote, "It's just not my bag, baby," with 3 exclamation points. I just don't like it. Stop it.
Wait, like in Sex and the City.
Yeah, because basically, as I said earlier, I can commit to a bit. That is not the problem. Like, I can take it seriously as well. No, sorry, I can commit to a bit. I just can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
And like, what I've noticed is that sometimes when people are wanting to do that, they like take it really seriously, and then I'm like, and I kind of start to giggle because I'm like, this is. Do you hear how?
I've heard some like I can't exactly remember the exact words. Do you know? That's actually not for podcast. The words that he said, but it was like absolutely like mortifying. And I was like,
how dare you, sir?
I was like, oh my god.
But the thing is, though, give me a wig, give me a pair of hot pants, whatever, no bother. I'll be your cheerleader. Great. Will I? I don't know. I've never done that before. But just don't make me say how nasty you are.
Yeah.
You should know how nasty you are already. Don't make people tell you. That's weird. Ew.
Yeah, ew. Yeah, it's like, it is awkward. Okay, so my next one, right, is bad dress sense.
Oh, no, man.
Comedy t-shirts.
Ew.
So,
define comedy t-shirt, though.
For example, I saw a guy recently, two guys recently actually, so one had a t-shirt and it had like a bar on it, like loading, it said like loading, fart, loading, right? A couple of weeks ago, I saw a guy, I was at the shops and I saw a guy that had a t-shirt on and it said, "I don't fart, I have bum whiskers?" I have bum whispers, but sometimes they scream.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I was like, why the fuck would you wear that t-shirt? And do you know what else was
How
it really
old is this person?
like 40s?
Oh man.
And the thing that really disturbed me about that was, do you know, have you ever seen Moana?
Yeah.
Do you know Hey Hey from Moana?
Yeah.
That was the picture that was on it.
What?
I don't know what that was all about.
I believe that's infringing copyright, and you know how
Yeah.
seriously we take that on this podcast.
Also, number 2 on that list,
Uh-oh.
comedy t-shirts, right?
Uh-huh.
Number 2, Crocs. Crocs.
Well, hang on.
No! No hang on to nothing, no!
Well,
No.
because...
Come on now.
Well, Crocs in the context of summer camp makes sense.
Off. We're talking about dating though, not summer camp.
Oh yeah, no, if you're on a date with someone...
Imagine you turned up on a date with somebody and they had Crocs on. You would be off like a shot, man.
No, unless they had like... Unless they are very...
Balenciaga Crocs. You were like, this guy has got some money.
I'm in it for the Crocs, baby. No, but is that way where like, if they had... Because maybe I could get behind ironic Crocs with like... Because you know how you can get those customised like...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they do like Balenciaga ones and like
Yeah.
all the other nonsense.
That's kind of
Yeah.
fun. But not
do you
on
know
a
what-
date though.
Do you know, like, the thing I think about Crocs as well, right? So, this is, like, totally off topic, but, like, loads of, like, chefs and stuff wear them.
Yeah. Because they're practical though.
Yeah, but do they not drop? Because they've got holes in them.
I know, but think of it this way: the alternative is waterproof shoes, and they're not breathable. So it means that.
But you must drop things in the croc.
Yeah.
There's a drop in the croc. Your feet and your socks.
All right, can you?
You're
like,
I know.
you're doing-
I'm like
you're
doing like gang signs and that.
finger guns, and also right.
Passionate I feel about the croc socks. Situ.
Yeah. They're not a hot look. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
What if, for talking sake, let's merge the Icks, right? What if someone's like, you're in bed with someone, they're like, wait a second, wait right there, and they run through to the other room. They jump right through wearing Crocs.
Why were they running through to the other room to get their Crocs? What we show me them?
Because they want to wear them during sex.
No! That's like the ultimate ick. That's like peak ick.
I would do it for the story. I'd do it for the story.
I hope you don't have Crocs.
No, I don't have Crocs.
Do you know one of my friends has Crocs? Guess who?
Emma.
Yes!
Emma, right. We have to ask Emma for a photo of her Crocs.
Okay.
Right.
She says she only uses them for water. Like when she goes in the water.
Oh right, I thought you meant just like, what would she...
To drink them?
She's like, excuse me, I need to put my Crocs on first. She's just sitting in a bar drinking wine while wearing Crocs. Anyway, is that the last one, yeah? And then...
No, I've got a couple more,
okay,
actually.
I'll do one more, because mine's a serious one.
Okay.
Wait, you do another one, and then I'll do a serious
another
one, and then you do a fun one.
I'm gonna do...
Mine are... I've had, like... My ratio of funny to serious ones is kind of, like, skewed towards the serious, I realised. It's like, spot the person doing therapy.
Okay, so... Right, okay, so...
Here we go.
Alright, I'm gonna do the one, like, most specific to me.
Uh-oh.
So, guys...
Uh-oh.
So, you were talking about kinks.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So, like, being, like, too into something. So, for example...
Uh-oh.
Throw the phone away. I dated a guy who was like so into Game of Thrones, right? That he actually had like, you know, you get the plates.
I thought you were going to say he had a throne.
No, but he probably does now. But do you know, like on your door where you get like your name, like whatever, right? So he had one and it was like his name, and then winter is coming, like his name. That was on his like nameplate for his door, right? Then, whilst I was dating him, he got this big poster delivered in like loads of different bits, right? And it was every single house in the Game of Thrones, which is like 10 or like more than that, right? So every single house had its own big massive poster. And
separate massive posters?
Yeah, but they all went together like in a thing, they would just say all came in different bits,
much.
right? But he said to me, can you please stick these up with blue tack for me in my living room? By the way, who sticks posters up with blue tack in their living room?
Yeah,
but his reasoning for asking me to do this was because I have an art degree, so I'm then qualified to stick his Game of Thrones posters up.
You're like
in his living room with blue tack.
I went to art school for this. No worries.
Yeah, I know.
That's awkward.
So like,
this is the thing though. Like, there is a level of nerd culture.
That's okay. That was a cat. That was a cat.
I was like, the room is haunted. Because like, you know, I love nerd culture and stuff, and I've got like my fair share of nerdy things. But like, there needs to be like,
but it's bad taste.
Yeah,
bad taste again. Tacky nonsense.
Because like collectibles is different, and like you can have some really cool
You don't walk into your house and be like, this place is like full of shite.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's insane. My next ick is, this could be multi-leveled, right? So I'll give you my thoughts on it. It's when they don't respect boundaries.
Right.
So this could be things such as like, you've said to them, like I've got a friend actually who, well, we're not really friends anymore, but he exclusively liked to phone people, and I'm like,
don't phone me, I'm busy.
I'm busy forever.
Yeah.
My phone's on silent, on forever for a reason.
Yeah.
Don't be phoning me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a FaceTime call. I love a video call every so often, and a good chat about something dramatic that's happened.
Yeah.
But see if someone phones up and they're just talking shite.
Yeah, you're like, what's the point in this?
I'm like, what?
This could have been a text. Like, this could have been an email. Like,
Because in some ways it's more fun if it's a message, because then it prolongs the fun for longer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We like to prolong the fun.
So yeah, boundaries are super important. And then what was the other thing I wrote? Yeah, and just in general in relationships and stuff, I feel like boundaries are important. But fundamentally, you have to set them, and they have to respect the boundaries. And if not, eject them from your life like a t-shirt from a t-shirt cannon.
Like a comedy t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Like my last 3 I've got here, right? You're going to agree with me in these ones,
Okay.
but you've just not thought of them right. So, guys who live with their parents, over 30.
But logistically, though, some people, actually, yeah. Actually, yeah, because logistically, that is an issue.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that is
Yeah,
annoying.
so, like, fair enough if there's, like, a legit reason, but also...
Get a grip.
Get a grip. You can't be living with your parents when
Yes.
you're over 30. You have to be at least renting somewhere or,
Yeah.
like, whatever, right? You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
otherwise, we don't want to date you. Okay, talking about exes.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Ish. And talking about how much money they have. And if you're addicted.
Yeah, because we've talked about the exes thing before.
Yeah.
And how that came in previous. I think it was it in episode 1? Yeah, it was in episode 1 we talked about with Vincent about discussing during dates and during first dates exes. I feel for me it's bad etiquette on the first date to talk about exes, unless it was relatively recent. But I feel like I would like them to talk about some of it in the early part of a relationship, because it helps me gain.
I don't really know, because then.
But those relationships help form them to who they are.
But do you know, like when you've been, so I have been in a relationship where they're just like, my ex did this, my ex did that, my ex fucked me up so much, my ex, and then like, as it goes on, you're like,
shut up.
You're also like, shut up, but then you're like, what is it that you've done? Because I don't believe like it's just like my ex, my ex. Like, there's definitely a bigger story, a bigger picture there. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's that much of an issue, there's something else going on there.
For sure, and I've seen it.
And you don't want to know because it's obviously deep-seated. Like,
and they've not processed it.
Yes,
and that's something I would say,
yes,
actually.
yes,
I've seen it numerous times where people are stuck in a loop.
Yes.
In a cycle of like... So they're not This is why I'm so glad that I had friends and coworkers that encouraged me to do therapy after recent relationships, because it's helping me move on, and not just from the most recent relationships, but from previous stuff as well. Because like so often people, I think, get stuck thinking about their ex, and I think they don't even think that they're not aware they're doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that way where effectively they relate situations that had previously happened to them, and so they're not
into this like
and they're not in the moment.
Totally.
And then you're like having a discussion. You're like, this isn't an us situation. This is you not having processed.
Yeah, this is you like processing your old shit.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
Through me, yeah, totally.
And that's why it's important to have space and time before you date the next person. I have learned the hard way, because I didn't used to do it. I always used to have a stopgap in between.
Yeah, you've always been actually.
And I didn't do that this time.
And now look at him. Look at him, people. Right, so that concludes our dating.
Oh wait, I thought you had one more. Oh, wait, what was the last one?
No, I did the last 3.
What was the very last one?
That was the last one. No, hang on, that wasn't the last one. The last ones were Guys live with their parents over 30, talking about exes, talking about how much money they have. So,
money. Okay,
money.
Give me the money one, right?
Money, honey. So I dated a guy who was like, oh, I make this much money. Like this week I've worked like all these hours. I make so much money.
Let me just...
And then would come to me at the end of the week. So we get paid weekly, right? And then would come to me at the end of the week and want to borrow money.
Wait, hang on. How much money was he making?
Not great amounts, but like much more than me. Like double what I make.
And he was always getting...
And he was always like, I made this much money. I did this. I did so many hours. I'm making this. And then he would be like, I'm so skint. Like, and he would come to me for money.
I accidentally dated a rich guy one time. That was awkward.
What do you mean accidentally?
I didn't know.
Oh.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Which was odd because like I think if I was more aware, it's like not
if
self-aware.
If he was more aware, he would have made more of that relationship.
Yeah, I'd be married now. No, I think it's more a case of like I don't know. I think I am self-aware, but sometimes maybe I'm too self-absorbed, I guess. But there's various indicators that showed that he did come from a money background, which can be a good and a bad thing, I think. And I think
for adding it with it, like it becomes an issue though.
Yeah,
he wasn't. The guy that I'm talking about, no, that was just like nonsense. It's like, what are you spending your money on? Because I get paid monthly, I get paid this much, you get paid at least double, and you get paid weekly, and why are you still coming to me for money?
Gotta do a spreadsheet. That's how I do it.
Excel spreadsheet. That's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it. But that does conclude our dating Icks, and that's been super fun actually. I really enjoyed that.
An eye-opening experience.
So the next thing, I guess, we're gonna do
a new feature. Because there's no clarification corner this week.
Nothing
to clarify.
We're clarification.
We're clear
free
and
this week.
ready to go.
We are free.
So the new feature, Sarah thought up this one, which is quite fun. What is the name of that?
So it's called Sex in the Scheme.
For those in Canada and America, explain what a scheme is.
Well, just Google it. It's
a Glasgow thing.
It's basically like a ghetto. It's like a ghetto.
Oh, don't say that.
Why?
I mean, it kind of is, though.
Well, you said explain. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
In the ghetto. Yeah,
in the ghetto,
basically.
and the children cry.
But Glasgow style, so that way we're...
It's much worse. So what we're going to do... Yeah. So basically, it's kind of based on, like, Sex in the City, because me and Jamie are both massive fans of Sex in the City.
Drunk at Vogue.
We're drunk at Vogue. So, what we're going to do... So, Carrie's questions in every episode of Sex in the City. We've got a list of them here. I'm going to choose...
I could do it. I can go...
And I couldn't help but wonder. So I'm going to choose a series and an episode, and Jamie's going to read out the question.
Here we go.
And this is totally at random. I'm choosing it, and we're going to have a discussion about that.
We honestly can't be the first people to think of this. This must be a feature somewhere else.
Nah?
Trademarked.
TM. James Sparks. It's James Sparks. Right. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to do series 3.
Oh my.
Episode. I don't know how many episodes. 17. Is there 17 episodes? I think there's like 22 episodes in season 3.
There is.
Is there 22 episodes?
Oh no. Okay,
oh no, what is it?
Here we go.
What is it?
Is there such a thing as relationship karma?
Hey, shut up, it's not that one, is it?
Yeah, the one we were discussing.
Is it?
Yeah, where does that? Because we actually were...
We actually looked at this earlier.
We did a practice one. Is there relationship karma? Okay. Do you want to go?
I would totally believe in this, actually. I think, I have really effed up some good relationships by not being a good person, really. And
that's quite big of you to admit.
Yeah. And henceforth... Trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma ensued. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like maybe there is.
Yeah, I think so. I think I definitely, obviously me, Mr. like, grew up in a church. I've got like that whole backstory. But I think I definitely believe in karma for sure. Because like, I just think it's just in terms of like human to human energy, like what you give into the world is what you get. Like if you go into a friend group or a friendship or a relationship or a workplace and you give positive energy, you're going to get positive energy back.
Yeah.
So I think so, because the way I look at it, I think that's one of the interesting things I'm realizing recently is that I need to make more of an effort to constructively close relationships that don't work out. Because I'm Mr. like, see you later and draw a line under it. Do you know what I mean?
do that as well, and that's the thing. So I think sometimes maybe like I've just been like bored, or like I've just not felt. I've maybe gone through a well, maybe I've just like felt like, oh, I just want to hang out with my friends, so then I just kind of like just dump
see
the
you
guy
later.
I'm with.
Yeah.
But then I'm like he was actually a pure nice guy, and he's actually had a lot going for him, and his family were really nice, and like, why did I do that?
It's funny, isn't it?
And then see, as time goes on and you start dating, the dating pool gets like smaller and smaller, and you start dating like worse and worse guys. You're like, do you think he's stuck? Maybe I can just like phone him and like.
And maybe this is why some people are wise of being friends with their exes. I still think it's bizarre that some people are friends with all their exes. That's not an ick. That's a red flag to me.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting one. Karma. I feel.
I can't believe that. But that was kind of boring though, because we'd already discussed that.
Should we do another one?
Okay, let's do another one. Okay.
Shall I choose? Shall I choose?
You choose.
Okay. I'm going to say season 6, episode 3. Do you want to read it out?
There's 6 episodes in that. Season 6, episode 3. Can you get to a future if your past is present?
Wait, hang on a sec.
Holy God.
Say it again because you said it too loud.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Can you get to a future if your past is present? We just discussed this with the exes.
I would say absolutely no. And that's actually not the most recent, but that's why a recent situation didn't really go anywhere, is because they weren't over their ex.
Yeah.
That was a different situation though, because that was a complex situation. But I've, to be fair, I've done it. I had a relationship with a girl and I was not over my ex, and then I ended up back with my ex.
Yeah.
But that's because I tried to be friends with my ex too quickly. So it's that way where... Yeah. I just think, like, you need to have space.
Well, you said that, like, earlier. You do need to have, like, a space. You need to...
Process
get
what
to
happens.
Know yourself. You need to process. Yeah, because I think, like, I heard this thing recently, which is quite interesting. It's like, see if you have, like, partners, like, one after the other. It's like you're not recognizing the behavior, so you're not trying to change your behavior or the behavior, you're just changing your partner, because you don't really change or recognize the behavior that led to the breakup of that relationship, which is really interesting. So yeah.
Defos. So that's interesting. So yeah, this is our new feature that we're going to do every week because it's super fascinating. Okay, just a wee reminder once again, if you want to win 2 tickets to see Rina Sawayama at Glasgow's... Why do I always forget the name?
SWG3.
That's the one. Then get creative, nip to soundcloud.com/it's Jamie Sparks and shut up. And download Chris's delightful audio and edit it to your heart's content, auto-tune it, reverb it, remix it baby, or make a bust of Sarah's head.
Ooh. Nobody knows what I look like though.
Or exactly.
No.
We could do like
yes.
You get some like weird cubist like abstraction of like what your face looks like. Or if you want to just like Photoshop my face onto inanimate objects.
That's exactly what Jamie wants you to do.
Oh my gosh. Do it. 1,000% do it. Yeah, and then basically the winner is going to be chosen by us all. Well, what we'll do is we'll get
us all,
everyone
both of us.
Everyone that's been on the season as a presenter.
Right.
We'll get them to decide who the winner is. Fun. So, in closing,
so next week's episode is dating apps, apocalypse nowish.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Grindr, Scruff, OkCupid, Hinge, Tinder, Instagram,
and actually, mind how for the last episode that I did with Lindsay, where I actually went online and I like joined a swingers website in the name of science.
Yeah.
I
Jamie's got an
have
announcement to
since
make.
deleted that profile because I was like, "Do you know what? This isn't for me." But what I am going to do is I'm going to join OkCupid tonight and then I'm going to report back to you.
Oh, damn.
Now, I am not dating at the moment because basically
Because don't date me.
yeah, basically. But just in the name of science, I just want to see what's out there. You can window shop. You don't have to buy anything.
No.
So that's what I'm going to do.
But you
but
will.
no, maybe it depends. We'll see. Just don't tell the counsellor. Just tell my therapist. Speaking of. Oh yeah, Instagram. This is the thing, right? So Instagram's included in that list because I've noticed a trend, especially in LGBTQ plus communities. Instagram is being used by
sliding in the DMs.
Yeah, people are, and I've.
People are, and I've.
And I've.
People
Me,
are, and I've.
I have.
You have.
I've used it as a.
And have you?
I have.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Not recently, but yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at It's Jamie Sparks. And if you have a dating app horror story, please email me.
Tell us.
It's jamiesparks@gmail.com. Soon. Oh wow, the wine's kicking in strong. Soon we're gonna have our own Instagram handle and email address, but until then, it is Jamie Sparks.
It is at Jamie Sparks. At It's Jamie Sparks. So remember to rate, review, and subscribe. It helps people find our podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Stay single, don't get monkeypox, and definitely don't date us.
Bye.
Bye.